Hello, I'm Niels Notes. Welcome again, and this is episode 80 of WatchMojo, and today I have the top 10 alternative bands of the 1980s. Of course, talking about the most influential and most defining bands of that decade. The thumbnail is Depeche Mode, I believe, and Eurythmics, if you say it like that. I don't know for sure. I believe that the band that has made Sweet Dreams are made of that song. I fucking hate that song, but there we are. Covered actually by Marilyn Manson, who I hate even more, so there we are. But I'm not really familiar with alternative 80s bands, so we're gonna see. The Smiths, are they alternative? Not really sure. The Cure, I think. Bands like that, but they're more labeled as indie, so we're gonna see. Not really sure, but let's find out. New Order.
This decade saw bands come out of the underground, add electronic elements to their sound, and pave the way for the alternative.
Yeah, you can say that, electronic. The 80s was hella cheesy.
Rock explosion of the 1990s.
The Smiths?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting
Yeah,
down
but are they alternative? I'm gonna look it up.
our picks for the top 10 alternative bands of the 1980s. For this list, we've chosen influential artists who helped define the alternative sound and genre in the 1980s, who were commercially successful and whose music stood the test of time. This is part of a...
They are alternative rock, indie pop, post-punk. So they are eligible for this list. There we are.
Series of videos spanning the decade...
I hope they are, because the Smiths are great. If you didn't know that already, my opinion, I've reviewed The Queen is Dead, their most critical acclaimed album, so go check that review out. If you want more Smiths done, then let me know, because Smiths are great.
Alternative rock music from the 1970s to the 2000s, which includes our lists of the top 10 alternative bands of the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s, as well as the top 10 punk bands and the top 10 grunge bands.
Yeah, but I believe they only have Nirvana on alternative band, stuff like that. I believe, because they're the most popular, of course. Maybe Pearl Jam, they're pretty popular as well, but probably Soundgarden and Alice in Chains are not gonna make the list. Yeah, I want to say Alice in Chains is more alternative metal, but that doesn't matter because WatchMojo says alternative bands. So it doesn't matter if you're metal or rock, they are eligible for the list, but probably are not gonna be on the list because it is WatchMojo. I fucking hate this song.
Number 10, Simple Minds. Thanks to their blend of new wave, pop rock, and post-punk, these Scots made sure we couldn't forget about them. After cementing their spot in the new romantic movement in the UK, Simple Minds conquered the American market with their recording for the Breakfast Club movie soundtrack.
It's really yours.
That is a good movie, but I don't hate the song, but it is just way too overplayed, especially at my radio station.
Breakfast Club.
The band has continued to make their name in the alternative rock scene, and despite lineup changes, they're still alive and kicking today.
Yeah, a bit of a one-hit wonder band. Their one hit is not bad, but it is way too overplayed. And it just sounds a bit too poppy for me. Don't say this is the Cranberries or something.
Number 9.
Wow, that was really offensive. This is the Pixies. Sorry Pixies, great band. That was really offensive by me for saying that they are the Cranberries, because they're not. Great band, way too low.
Pixies. Without this Boston band, grunge as we know it may never have existed.
Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Kurt Cobain himself admitted that he was attempting to imitate the Pixies' musical style of radical dynamics with Nirvana. In fact, this contrast between quiet and loud soon became one of alternative rock's most recognizable features.
Everything is gonna burn. We'll all take turns. I'll get mine.
By combining angry vocals with their indie, punk, and surf rock influenced sound. The Pixies left such a mark on music, they were prompted to reunite 11 years after their 1993 breakup.
Where is my mind?
Yeah, they did reunite, but I mean, we didn't get really good albums compared to their early stuff. It was really mediocre. But their classic stuff is amazing.
In the water, see us swimming.
This is really the 80s. It just sounds way too much synthesizer, stuff like that. Yeah, you can definitely hear that this is the 80s.
Number 8, Eurythmics.
Eurythmics, yeah, that was one of the thumbnails. Not the biggest fan of their sound, but they're alright.
Falling on my head like a memory. Falling on my head like a new emotion.
Though the Grammy Award-winning duo didn't make a splash with their debut album, things turned around with their sophomore efforts.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to
I hate that song.
decide?
Especially the Marilyn Manson cover, that is fucking horrible.
Its title track, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, topped multiple charts around the world.
Everybody's looking for something.
While Eddie
Yeah, because it is way too commercial.
Eurythmics captured critics and fans' attention with her strong vocals and bold look.
Who's that girl?
I believe that they have never made a bigger hit than Sweet Dreams, but I can be wrong about that.
Around with you. Tell me.
Adopting a synth-based sound, but also experimenting with styles and instruments, the Eurythmics stormed the charts and helped herald the second British invasion.
Yeah, in my opinion, they're a bit too commercial sounding, but maybe that is just me. I'm not a fan of them, but they don't sound shit. Just not for me. I have no clue.
Number 7, New Order.
No clue. I've heard of the name, but never heard the song.
New Order didn't let Ian Curtis's suicide stop them from becoming one of the most important acts of the decade.
What the fuck is that music video? He is just flying in the air, stuff like that. What the fuck? He is tripping though, but I'm a bit bored.
After the Joy Division frontman took life, the band's remaining members regrouped and transformed.
Oh, and they made New Order. Yeah, that was that band, the supergroup band, I believe. They were of course in Joy Division, and the lead singer killed himself. Closure is requested, by the way, by a music fan. And he also requested this video, if I didn't say it already, Music Fan 1993. Yeah, great bands. I haven't heard a lot from New Order, but what I've heard sounds pretty good.
Their sound.
But in my opinion, it doesn't sound as good as Joy Division, but there we are.
Adding dance and electronic music to their mix of post-punk, new wave, and alternative rock. While critics Critics adored them and fans couldn't get enough. They also made history after Blue Monday became the best-selling 12-inch single ever.
12-inch? I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but I prefer Joy Division. What the fuck is this?
Number 6. Talking
Talking Heads.
Heads.
Yeah, I had a prediction in my head. I wanted to say it, but I forgot. But yeah, Talking Heads definitely deserves to be on this list, and number 6 is way too low.
One of the things that made Talking Heads so great is that they were able to hit the mainstream while maintaining their street cred with critics.
Yeah, that is, in my opinion, really impressive. If you can get commercial but still have that great sound that you were known for, that is one thing that is really difficult to do. But Talking Heads did it perfectly.
Their brand of new wave incorporated elements of punk, funk, and world music, but still had enough pop sensibility to earn them top 10 singles, including Road to Nowhere in the UK, and Burning Down the House in the US. Many subsequent alternative rock acts consider the band a major influence.
The Smiths.
Number 5.
The
Smiths.
My fucking... He didn't want to pass, but yeah, the Smiths definitely deserve to be on this list. A bit of a limited discography, only 4 albums and a few compilation albums, I believe. Great band, number 5 is way too low, and the Smiths forever. How Soon Is Now, man, great song. I am human and I need you to know.
When you're talking alt-rock in the British indie scene, chances are good this band will come up.
Heaven knows I'm miserable now. I get really happy from this miserable song, but it is amazing. I believe from the Queen Is Dead albums, yeah, great album, man.
The Smiths moved out from the underground with their guitar-driven sound and gave music lovers something different than the...
And actually I can relate to Morrissey because he is a bit to himself, he's a bit introverted, stuff like that. He doesn't like people just like me. Of course I like people that have stuff in common with me, but that is not really the case with a lot of people around here. A lot of people are just basically really normal, don't know a lot of music, stuff like that, are just busy with football and beer and stuff, the boring fucking bland stuff that billions of people do. But I mean, Morrissey was more of an introverted person just like me, or he still is, I believe. He still is an introverted person, so much love to Morrissey. Another band said that that he was a wanker. That band is gonna be on my wall soon, so you're gonna find out. This is a really far search what I just said, but the band that fucking trash talk Morrissey is gonna be on my wall soon, so you're gonna see.
Style dominating the airwaves during the 1980s. With Morrissey and Johnny Marr at the core of the band's songwriting, the Smiths achieved cult status through their use of indie pop flavors, some retro rock and post-punk, and also by nabbing 4 UK top 5 albums
I wouldn't say it's punk, but there we are.
on an indie label.
Charming fucking song. Great song. Great band.
Number 4.
I just wanted to say, is this Tears for Fears? But yeah, it is Tears for Fears. Great, I believe progressive pop band. Yeah, I mean they're really good. they deserve to be on this list, definitely.
Tears for Fears.
Oh, that's just a great song, man.
Since the two founding members of Tears for Fears traced their
I believe they got downhill from their career, that they have made less than stellar albums with their 80s material, or now their 90s and 2000 albums, I believe they went on. But those are a bit less critical acclaimed. I can be wrong about that, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, their 80s albums, absolutely great.
musical roots to the new wave mod revival group Graduate, the new band was assumed to be following in the former's footsteps.
I mean, pop can be great if you listen to Tears for Fears, stuff like that.
But it was by adopting a more pop rock sound that Tears for Fears really hit it big and topped the UK and US charts.
Shout, of course, the most popular song. Shout. Oh, probably now if I think about it, probably U2 is gonna make this list also, because they are alternative, I believe. And they were on one of the thumbnails from another WatchMojo video, so I believe they're gonna be number one, but we're gonna see.
With their number one sophomore
I'm talking to you.
effort and 2 Billboard Hot 100
Come
number
on.
ones, they also quickly took their place as part of the second British invasion.
Yeah, just a great band, man. Love them. If you want me to do some Tears for Fears, let me know, because Tears for Fears fucking rocks, man. Or they're fucking pop. I really don't know, but they are just amazing.
Number 3, R.E.M.
Not a fan of this band.
Formed in 1980, these guys from Georgia are considered one of the progenitors of the genre, having made a name for themselves with their very first album.
Yeah, just the music is very repetitive. The vocals are just way too whiny, especially on Shiny Happy People. That is one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever heard, man. That is fucking horrible. I believe that is from the 90s. But yeah, that song was fucking horrible. It was way too commercial. And when R.E.M. released it, they said, yeah, we actually don't like the song. Then why did you fucking make it? Yeah, of course, to gross money out of shit like that. But just R.E.M. no, man. They're just a bit too bland in my opinion.
With the help of Michael Stipe's hard to decipher singing,
Yeah.
and Peter Buck's distinctive guitar style, R.E.M. had critics raving early on.
It is the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Best title ever.
College radio also had their backs, and they supported their releases with lots of shows, until finally breaking through to the masses with a top 10 hit in 1987.
Fucking hate that song. It's not that it is bad, but R.E.M. music is just way too sappy, way too over emotional, and it is just way too commercial. This song is so overplayed, and especially Everybody Hurts, man. That is probably the most whiniest song I've ever fucking heard, man.
Though they
And you may love that song, I can understand that, but in my opinion, it is just way too over sappy.
broke up in 2011,
Yeah, good for that.
R.E.M.'s alt-rock legacy lives on.
Just not a fan of this band. Depeche Mode.
Number 2, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Spearheading the electronic side of alternative rock, Depeche Mode broke onto the music scene in 1981
Way better.
with Speak and Spell.
I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. I mean, I can't really define this band. Are they pop? Are they alternative? Are they techno? Stuff like that. I really can't tell. But that only tells if the music is just good. The genre really doesn't matter if you have Depeche Mode.
Despite the departure of Vince Clarke, the group bounced back with a darker sound that captivated teens everywhere and helped the band infiltrate the mainstream.
Personal Jesus, yeah. It is just a bit of a controversial title, but it is still great. Of course, depending on your own Jesus that you can believe in yourself, stuff like that. A bit of a roast, a bit of a how do you say that? Bit of a self-reflection to people who are over religious, stuff like that. They have a personal Jesus, or Depeche Mode has their own personal Jesus themselves to believe in. I think that is the message behind it, but I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But besides that, a great song.
Sold over 100 million albums, won
Not bad.
multiple Grammys, and are still going strong, with multiple artists citing them as influences.
Doesn't surprise me, man. Great band. If you want me to do some Depeche Mode, let me know, because they're pretty good. I mean, it sounds 80s, you have of course the synthesizers, the drum beat, but it still sounds fresh, original and new. That is really one thing that a band really can't replicate from Depeche Mode. That is really one thing they did really good, but it didn't sound sappy or cliche or stuff like that, cheesy. It didn't sound like that. It still sounded very experimental, but still very complex, deep and new. That is really one thing that defines Depeche Mode, that they have that 80s sound, but they still sound great and original. That is still really one thing that no one really can replicate from this band. That is really one thing I can hugely respect from Depeche Mode.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
INXS, yeah, my mom loves this band, but just no. She loves it, but I don't like it. I mean, he's fucking air drumming in the music video. How fucking cheesy can you get, man? For fuck's sake. Husker do? Never heard of them. Cutting Crew, fuck off. Fucking music video, man. Come to me, my child. I have only one hit song for you, but it is for you. Fucking Cutting Crew, man. Fuck off. If you know the definition from I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight, if you know what that means, yeah, just, oh man, I feel sorry for you. Oh my god. The Replacements. The Go-Go's. Oh, I think The Cure is gonna be number one, but I believe that U2 is also an 80s band. And yeah, 80s and alternative, so it's a bit weird that they are not on the list, but there we are. Yeah, The Cure is number one.
Number one, The Cure. The early 90s wouldn't be the same without The Cure.
Yeah, I mean they're more influential, but I believe that U2 has to be on this list also because they're considered to be one of the greatest bands and they're an 80s band. So and they are alternative, so they are destined for this list. I mean The Cure is great as well, but you gotta have U2 on this list.
And that wouldn't be the case if not
I mean replace them with the fucking R.E.M or some shit. That band is just horrendous.
for its incomparable musical output during the previous decade. Though their early 80s work was often categorized as gothic rock, The Cure soon found a home in alternative by giving their sound a bit of a lighter, more radio-friendly spin. paved
What
the way
the
for
fuck?
multiple entries on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and for The Cure to become one of the biggest bands in alt rock.
I mean, it sounds good. If you want to request something of The Cure, then let me know and it will be done.
Do you agree with
That
all
bass
this?
is chill as fuck though.
What's your favorite alternative rock act of the 1980s?
That is how a bassist should be. Fucking baked as fuck. Fucking chilled out. The Cure has that.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Aww. I will always love you too with your fucking eyeliner. He has way too much makeup on, but we still love you. I don't know his name, but let me know. Yeah, that was the video. I'm gonna look for a bit of U2 is alternative. I believe they are, so U2. Best name ever. Yeah, they are alternative rock, post-punk rock. So it is really strange that they're not on the list, because U2 is one of the biggest bands ever, and they're mostly from the 80s. Their best material is in the 80s, in my opinion, but there we are. Or considered by many to be their greatest work in the 80s. But yeah, we're gonna look at the comments for a bit, because I believe that U2 has to be on this list, but they weren't. Please make a top 10 Cure songs video, please. Yeah, I would like to see that, but you have to suggest that on the WatchMojo page, not on the comment section. So there we are. The Smiths deserve only first place. Putting Depeche Mode ahead of the Smiths in New Order is just shameful. Where are Blondie, Happy Mondays, the Stone Roses, great. Eurythmics, the Banshees, and Jesus and Mary Chain, Sisters of Mercy, Nick Cave and Betsy, The Birthday Party, Cocteau Twins, The Pogue, The Fall, Elvis Costello. Yeah, he knows his music, but yeah, the Smiths deserve to be higher. And where were the Stone Roses, man? Yeah, of course only 2 albums, but yeah, 1 album in the 80s. So that is one reason that they are not on the list, because they have only made 1 album in the 80s. Pixies should be higher. They pretty much reinvented garage bands. Fair game. Pixies on 8, you bastards. No, fair game. Ridiculous, the Smiths should be number 1. A lot of Smiths fanboys in the comment section though. Please make a top 10 Smiths songs. They already did that. So if you want me to do that list as well, then let me know. The Smiths should have been number 1. A lot of Smith fanboys. I love The Cure. I'm proud that they're number 1. Yeah, alright. I haven't heard about any of these bands, but everything sounds fucking amazing, I guess. I will spend tonight checking all these bands out. Haha. Okay. Always discover new music, like Steven Wilson said. Yeah, this is one of my biggest influences ever in just life in general. Steven Wilson says of Porcupine Tree, of course, and the solo material, that you always have to discover new music. So that is one artist that I really love, man. I've reviewed 1 Porcupine Tree record. If you want me to do more, then, and it was requested by myself, so, because I just really love Porcupine Tree. But if you want me to do more of that band, one of my favorite bands of all time, then let me know and it will be done, because I absolutely adore that band. How to forget Ego and Bunnyman. Smiths deserve at least, yeah, a lot of fanboys by, and he is actually a bit of a strange profile picture. Another Smiths fanboy. Still waiting for top 10 Smiths songs. A lot of Smith fanboys, but there we are. I love the Smiths, and everyone in the comments does as well, so there we are. Yeah, no one said where was U2. That was still a bit of a mystery for me. Because, yeah, they're one of the biggest bands ever, and they are alternative, and they were from the 80s. So that is a bit strange that they were not on the list, but there we are. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, to the channel. Do you want to know for more videos like this one? Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. God bless, stay safe, and yeah, take care and have a nice day.